Hey everybody, I'm a little early. I'm not going to start until 11:30 exactly. It's 11:26. So if you do check in, let me know who you are, where you're from, and what you're doing. We're going to talk about back pain a little bit today. Have all my props set up properly here. Hope your Memorial Day was good. Every day is good. We don't just wait for a certain day to celebrate. We know that. Talking about back pain, and here I am causing myself some back pain, bending over in an inordinate fashion. Always practice proper technique. Starting to get hot here in Connecticut, and finally, sometimes it doesn't get hot until June. Let me know where you're checking in from. Give me a shout out over here, who you are. Got to be an easier way to do things. Try not to go with a lot of notes because I go from the head, but I don't like to skip salient important information. You know, folks, if you do watch, it'd be very helpful for you to share this so I can get the word out to as many people as possible. Come on. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yep. That's fine. Yep, we can do that too. Just call me. Yep, call me first. All right? Okay, bye. Yep, bye. It's my mom. Always be kind to your mom. Always talk to your mom. Hi, Felix. What's up, Felix? Looking good with those workouts. Barry Rhodes, all the way from Canada. What's it like in Canada right now, Barry? How's the weather up there? You know, I don't think I've ever been to Canada, amazingly enough. I'll have to get there sometime. Felix, what's up? Hopefully the stock market a little bit set you back a little bit, but you need problems. It's good to have problems, because if you have problems, then it's hot there. Right? Well, that's good. If you have problems, then you know you're alive. And you don't want too many problems. You don't want incorrigible problems. But like we always say, there's a solution for every problem. Today we're going to talk about back pain, and this isn't going to be long. You're very welcome, Felix. Thank you for your support over the time, over all the times. But again, we're just going to point out some things that I think can be helpful. Got my little friend here, the spine. I had to throw Fozzie out though. He was getting a little rambunctious. I had to put him in timeout, and I said, "Listen, if Daddy can't work and Daddy can't make any money, you're not going to have any snacks and treats. We're going to have to send you out and sell pencils in the road." I don't know. And it's funny. Western New York. What's up, Tom? It's funny. Fozzie's already blind, so he'd be a blind dog selling pencils. That wouldn't be great. I could never do that to the pooch. I needed to be quiet like a church when I'm working. I need to be really, really quiet so I can concentrate. And Fozzie breathes heavily. So I guess it's one of the things that really kind of irks me in a way. Not too bad. Anyway, hey everybody, how are you? I do these videos daily. Hi, Rebecca. Batesburg, Leesville, South Carolina. Do you know my friend John Defendis down there? Ever worked out with him? You couldn't have, because you'd be dead. I'm only kidding. John's a great guy, one of the hardest trainers everywhere. Gets a lot of results for all of his people. Good to see you here. Thank you. So who wants to know about back pain? You just say back pain, and everybody, their head turns and their eyes open. Most people suffer from some type of back pain. Funny thing about me, I have a herniated disc in my back, in my low back. I've had tons of injuries. You've heard I've had over 20 orthopedic surgeries, never from working out, but injuries out and about, riding my bike, riding in a car. I do have a herniated disc, but I've never felt any real low back pain. How could that be? Well, I probably herniated it when I was young, working out. It probably occurred over a long period of time. It wasn't from trauma, blunt trauma, where it would herniate right there and you feel tremendous pain and it's almost surgical right on the spot. And what happened over time was my muscles in the area developed so well that they kind of formed scar tissue around the area and stabilized it. So even though the disc is herniated, the area is stable, so I don't feel any dysfunction or pain. And talking about that, we take the spine out. This is the spine. And we've got these discs in between the bones, okay? And when you herniate one, it kind of, I mean, this is a model, it's a graphic, so it doesn't literally look like this, but part of the disc content comes out into this area where the nerve comes out, and it presses on structures it shouldn't press on. Now think in terms of like a garden hose, and you step on the hose and the water stops coming out, you can impede that flow. This herniated disc will impede flow of a nerve, and in many different manifestations, that causes you pain, it causes you dysfunction, and it could destroy your life. It decreases the quality of your life. So back pain, how do we manage it? How do we approach it? There's 4 ways to go. I mean, there's a kaleidoscope of different ways, but 4 ways that I look at. One thing I do every single night is I take something called turmeric. It's an Asian spice. You've heard me talk about it a lot here. You probably hear about it a lot in the media. It's been around for a long, long time. I take a half to 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder and I put it in almond milk. This is before I go to sleep. And I put a little bit of honey or stevia just to flavor it. And this is if I'm motivated. Listen, you can put it in water and just drink it down, and you're going to get the same effect. But why don't I use regular milk or dairy product? I'm not good with dairy products. Dr. Busa, are you allergic? I don't know. I never had an allergy test. What does that exactly mean anyhow? I know that 2 things. When I consume dairy products, I don't like how I look or how I feel. So I use the almond milk instead. And the turmeric is an anti-inflammatory, and it's very good for decreasing inflammation. We've already talked about the fact that whenever you have any type of dysfunction in the body or disease process, inflammation is present. So the turmeric, I take it at night because my body is inanimate and unmoving for 6 to 8 hours. And you don't want to take it during the day because you may be still engaging in that noxious stimuli that caused the back pain in the first place. So, you're doing the activity and you're counteracting with turmeric and it's kind of balancing out. You may not get anything out of it. Felix, I have back pain, not all the time, just if I squat heavy. So I don't go heavy anymore, but I still do squat and no pain so far. I love it, Felix. And I'd have patients, and to this day, people say, hey, doc, when I do this, it hurts. What do you think I tell them? I love everybody. I don't mean to be funny, but I tell them, I go, stop doing that. Because when you're working out, you're supposed to feel discomfort. You're not supposed to feel pain. Pain is never good. A misnomer is a statement or comment that doesn't mean what you think it means. Here's a misnomer: no pain, no gain. That's not what these big jack guys mean. They probably mean no discomfort in the target, no gain. And it's not as catchy, but I think you get what I mean. So yeah, Felix, just avoid them, go lighter, get around it, still be able to work the muscle, but avoid the area of pain. There's many, many, many ways to do that. Listen, unless you are a quadriplegic or you've had your head decapitated, you can always make progress. Always, always. Otherwise, it's a veritable cavalcade of excuses, and we don't have any tolerance or room for that here today. Now, do we? So that's number 1, turmeric. And listen, I change things as I go because I do something for a prolonged period of time. Your body will end up attenuating, which means it gets used to the stimuli you're offering. And so sometimes you got to change it up. I change over to CBD oil. If turmeric's not hit me for a while, I'll switch over to this during the day and rub it in the area. I'm not talking about CBD today. That's a whole different topic. It's good stuff. Actually developing a pain smasher product for CBD right now, but that's going to come relatively soon in the summer. But we'll talk about that more at length. You want better sleep, obviously. Some people they never get into REM sleep. Rapid eye movement sleep, it occurs within the first 1 to 2 hours of sleep. Okay, you'll know if you've had that or not when you wake up, depending upon how crappy you feel. That's probably one of the best. That's a different section. I'm sorry, I was just going to mention one of the elements. You'll know whether you're getting good sleep or not. But I take 2 things to help me sleep well, not to cause me. We're not looking for drug-like effects here. We're not looking for pharmacopoeia, pharmacia, pharmaceuticals, synthetics, because that's not going to correct anything. We're trying to restore your health, to cultivate a fertile bed of health that you can implant the good things in, and you will thrive. When you're doing that with medicinals, look, I'm not against opioids. If I had a patient that was in such incredible pain that they could not move and they needed it now, we'd get them on some opioids, because we got to get them out of that pain as quickly as possible. Because if we don't break that pain arc, okay, increased pain, decreased range of motion, and it's a cycle. It's not broken. They're going to get deeper and deeper into it, and then they're done. Love your lightheartedness today, Tom. Well, Tom, how am I usually? Am I usually dour? I don't think so. Maybe too much coffee this morning. I don't know. Or maybe it's the shirt. You ever have certain shirts, they make you feel a little better? You catch the right angle or light. I'm not doing much of that these days. Got to get back in the gym real soon. But thanks, Tom. Thanks for being here. But again, listen, unless it's absolutely necessary, everything has its purpose. It's like I say the same thing about surgery. Unless it's absolutely necessary, don't get it done. It's another injury you have to overcome. So I don't want you taking pharmaceuticals. It's going to cause you're going to pollute your body. Okay? You're creating a cesspool. You're not helping yourself, ultimately. And I know it's easy. Listen, I know it's easy. When I was in practice, active practice, I still practice, but I don't have a brick and mortar facility. But people would come in and they kind of whisper, "Hey, doc, you got any perks?" I'd say, "No, not what I do." But people are always looking. That's our society now. They're looking for anything. Talking to Joey Fulco last night, one of the most successful people I know. His daughter just placed very high on The Voice, and I asked him. I said, "Joe, is there a way to get away with doing things easy?" He says, "No, nothing. No matter, you have gurus telling you, they're showing you the fast, easy way, fun way to do something. If you're not willing to do hard work, you ain't getting it. It's not happening. Okay? You're gonna just be stuck in the mire, the quagmire that you're slogging through right now, and that's how you're gonna die. And it's just like correcting your health. It takes work. Hi, Betty. How are you? How are those horses doing? You got a menagerie of animals on that homestead you got going there. You do good work because you help many living organisms thrive and be happy, and that's fantastic. Look, it's hard work, man. Hard. You got to get down to the bare bones and find out what you're all about. Why do you have this pain? What's going on? So I take melatonin and I take valerian root. And you want to find something. I take a combination of melatonin, valerian root, and D. Now, sometimes people say you have to take D with a K, but if you have a good emulsified D, you don't have to do that. And all these three together, the valerian root helps prolong my sleep. The melatonin helps the sleep cycle, and the D helps the healing. Because when you're sleeping, that's healing. If every night is like kung fu fighting in the bed, you're having nightmares every night, it's very tumultuous, and you're up and down, up and down. I got friends here that barely sleep. I've been like that. When I was in practice, I used to self-flagellate. I used to stay up all night. I'd work 2 days straight, twice a week, because I felt the more I worked, the more I pulled that lever, the more successful I would be. I was successful. But I looked like I was a rank and file member of the Baton Death March. That's how bad I ended up looking. And remember, how you look is a projection of health. So I wasn't very healthy. Here I am trying to proffer health to people in my facility. I was killing myself. Good thing I'm a good talker, because people still bought what I was dishing. I was dishing good stuff. I just wasn't giving it to me. So that's integrity. So I got very sick, and I temporarily got out of practice because I would have been dead. They would have had the line ready for me, the box, all that stuff. And I had pain. I have pain. Well, how do you know when you have pain or where you have pain? What do you do? Before I talk about posture, I was going to talk about posture first. I'm going to talk about meditation. And so people say, "Oh, meditation." Run from such people. You know, Tom, I only run when I'm being chased. But in this case, you're right. I would run. I would run rather poorly, but I would expedite myself away from the area. Betty, I'm always happy when you're doing good, because I know you've been wrestling with things. The general died. Who was the general? Was that the horse? You gave it a good life, though. You gave the general a good life. I know you did. James Blanchard, thank you for all you do. You are filled with so much knowledge and inspiration. James, listen, I got to tell you something. I'm figuring out every single day just like anyone. Some people say, "Well, you're giving people all." Listen, much of the time when I'm giving information, it's in alignment with what I may be suffering myself at that point right now. So I think one of the greatest challenges, one of the greatest triumphs a person can have, is to help another person when you yourself are concurrently going through the same thing. So listen, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I can't help everyone. But if I find out right away you're not in the right place, like we've said, I've got a lot of smart people around me that we will refer you to, and we get it done because your solution does exist. It was a little, Betty, it was little. It was a 9-month-old horse. Betty, when you perish and I perish, when I go someday, all my pets that ever lived are going to be at the door waiting for me, and the general will be there for you too. Just not yet. Not yet. Not time. It's not time. Because today is a great day. Right now, today we're eliminating back pain for many people. If they take just one little sliver of a slice of a modicum of information I am proffering today. So meditation. Well, I wake up. I sleep like this. Sleep my back. Okay, this is the most healthy way. It took me years to be able to do this. I lock my fingers together. It's this position I'm in. As soon as I wake up, Now, what do you do when you wake up? The alarm clock shocks you, you jump up, you're drinking coffee, you're spilling on your shirt, you're throwing yourself together. You know, when we do go out and work and leave the house, all this buzz around you, but you're not mindful of yourself. So you could have all these things going on, these nefarious processes, breakdown, cell death, all this other stuff, tumors growing, who knows? You know, fat hanging. And you've been like that for so long, you no longer notice it. But, you know, when you become mindful, and you're mindful in your meditation, and you're one with yourself, and you think deeply, which is what I do as soon as I wake up each day, 5 to 10 minutes, I can focus in on, let's say you have back pain, okay? And you can focus in, you can kind of take a mental inventory of your body from head to toe. You're peaceful, you're breathing deeply, your body, the muscles are relaxing. You're producing enkephalins. Enkephalins are when you were a kid, you were running and you skin your knee and your mommy comes and rubs it real vigorously. Oh, don't you feel better, Jimmy? Yeah, you did, amazingly, because when the rubbing causes these endorphins and enkephalins to be put in these chemical mediators in the body to actually kill the pain. When you relax and you truly relax, in deep relaxation, you're meditating and you're being mindful, your body releases those, and it will help you to heal a little bit. It will help you to, when I would treat pain, somebody has pain and the pain is going down the arm, or it could be the leg going down the arm. We treat it so it centralizes. As we treat the area of the problem, over time the pain is less extensive and it localizes to one area. You treat it until it's in one place. So what you want to do when you're laying there and you're meditating, you want to kind of mentally focalize the pain to the one area it's coming from. Yeah, you might have pain down your leg, but you want to mentally locate where it's at. And the genesis oftentimes is in the low back. It could be a disc, it could be degeneration, it could be a muscle. Listen, it could be an infection referring pain to the area. This is why I don't give advice on the internet. Anybody who does is insane, and so many people do. That's malpractice. It's egregious. It's unethical. I'd like to slap you in the face. Don't do it. I disseminate information. That's it. Hopefully you can cherry pick and use it. So you're doing that. You're meditating, and you're taking an accounting of where the pain is, and you're a little bit awash in those endorphins and enkephalins, and you relax. So you wake up in a better state. Mindfulness, one of the things I do. And I'm kind of pushing away the problems that aren't so bad, because really most of them, listen, I can tell you this, I know this for a fact. Most of the things you worry about never occur. Well, we're all sitting here right now. Got a good number of people unannounced video during the day. And we're all here, so whatever that worst boogeyman you thought about, hey, Jimmy Chester, what's up, my man? Working hard, do it better tomorrow. I know you are. It hasn't happened to you. You're still here. You're still here. You're still in the game. You're still in the game, man. You got to be like burning acid and get out there and fight with it. I got to do that today. I got some serious shit that I have to deal with. I think some of the I want to say problems, but difficulties I had, if other people had them, they pop their gourd. They jump off the roof. And maybe vice versa. Because it's all a matter of perspective, perception. Because I know right here, it's the power of one. And I'm not going to die, okay? I'm not going to die. And I don't compare myself. My pain is worse than yours. What? You know, some people, they wear their injuries like badges of honor. That's perversion. Don't be proud that you're injured or you're sick or you're down or disabled. That does not make you special. Well, it will help you. But I'm not going to act like you're special. I'm not going to feel sorry for you. That's taking you out of the game. It's putting you in a cage. You know? Come on, man. Jesus Christ. Try not to swear as much. I'm sorry. Prolonged or static posture. One thing you'll never see me do here is sit like this. You know, like this or like this. I'll lean back a little. My posture is pretty good. I've worked on that. People who sit at desks all the time, and they do this, they're at work, they're at a computer, they adopt something called an interior carriage of the head on a neck, okay? The head, the neck, interior, it looks like this. You should be erect like this, you do this, okay? I'll turn back now. Well, that's what you do. Your head is anterior to your neck, it's not on top of your neck, and the muscles strain back here. A healthy muscle works like this. Grab something, relax, grab something, relax. Your muscles stay like this because the head is roughly the size and weight of a bowling ball. Some people, it looks a little different than that. Maybe a little heavier, maybe a little more empty. I don't know, but we could always work on that. That's okay. All right, so the muscles are straining And you can get something called, well, the muscle, everything is stressed like this, a sign of stress. You know, you've seen it. You get something called cervicalgia, all these little nerves that come out of the lower skull area right here, and they feed the head, and they delegate all these functions. Some people say, boy, he's really kind of brusque. Listen, I can get overly scientific with you. I don't do that. You see the degrees on the wall. I learned all that stuff. It's not useful to you. You don't need to know that. You know, there's some junior scientist out there, oh, he doesn't know anything. I know enough, okay, to deliver the message. You're going to get those things impeded. You're going to get the dizziness, the headache, the visual disturbance, and you're going to say, I don't know where this is coming from. That's probably true because you always have a bad posture, so a bad posture is normal. Want to be erect? Listen, sitting is not good. You want to sit and stand and do some sit-ups in the middle, maybe an hour, 20 minutes sitting, 20 minutes standing, do some sit-ups, you come back, take a break, go get a drink of water, go outside, get the mail, play with the dog, you know, get yelled at by the boss. But listen, they actually have these, they're called Versa desks. They have these standing desks now. You can work at a standing station, and that's good. The spine does better when you're standing. Okay, all the muscles are firing throughout the body. Firing muscles are healthy. Weak, loose, relaxed muscles that aren't being used, you get atrophy. They go away. You become a skinny, old, Ichabod Crane-looking person, shuffling down the street. No armor left to protect your brittle bones. You dry up like an old dead beetle, and you blow away in the wind, and then you're forgotten. That's not really how it happens, but listen, there are worse fates probably. But when you're sitting, you've got this axial loading on all the discs all the time. Okay, it's like think of like a donut. And you take the donut and you go like that, and all the stuff splatters. Well, if you're my age, 56, older, 40, things tend to dry out, and the discs are not as viable. So maybe they're not going to be impugned as much, but it's not healthy to always be having pressure going down the spine like this. And when you're sitting and it's bent and your hips are locked and you get a lot of muscular changes, when the muscles stay tight all the time, you actually get scar tissue that holds you in a place, a position of poor postural correctness. So you want to remain dynamic. It's very important to remain dynamic, keep moving around. I think those things are very important. I love seeing wheelchair weightlifting champions. That's cool stuff, isn't it? And you know what? I'm not going to say this. They'll show a picture of a guy in a wheelchair winning the big show, and they'll put a meme, and they'll say, "What's your excuse?" Don't ever say that around me. I don't know. I'll get you somehow. I have one of those wrist rockets. It's like a slingshot, and maybe I'll use that on you. I don't know. There's often an excuse. You never know what a person has going on. It could be mental. Look, they may not be able to walk far because they have diabetes, diabetic neuropathy. You can't see that. So don't pull that "what's your excuse" bullshit. Take each person into. So the wheelchair guys, yeah, man, come on. They're out there doing it. Do what you can. Do what you can. And then you do what you can. Then you do more. And it builds upon itself. Then people see you at the reunion 10 years later. Oh, look at you. Look at you. And always be nice. Listen, I was persecuted, picked on, pilloried by the punks and the bullies when I was a kid. Many years later, I had this huge successful clinic. I became known for helping people. And these same bullies came around. I didn't give them a really hard, painful adjustment just because. I didn't give them the wrong advices. I helped them. That's the true power right there. Listen, you bring the people back. You don't push them away. I always see there's some type of deliverance in every single person. Every single person. Even if they become listen, the gym I go to, I love the gym, but listen, there are probably 20 people in there that want to kill me, or they don't like me, or whatever it might be. And I'm not flattering myself. I could be wrong. I often am, but I like to say I'm wrong. I'm right more than I'm wrong. I would still help those people. Here, a quick funny story. This one guy who has literally threatened me. He looks like a big, huge Popeye, mean, looks like a murderer. Shouldn't go by how people look. One day he really had some words with me. For whatever reason, doesn't matter. It was stupid. He has so many tattoos. It's the type of guy he should have a tattoo that says "jackass" on his forehead. At least you know what you're dealing with when he's coming at you. So one day I'm driving down the street, and this is going on for years. He gives me the eye and this and that. I see this guy in the middle of the street pushing his car. And he's trying to get it out of traffic, and his wife's in the car staring. So I jump out. I run over. I didn't even look at who it is. I'm pushing the car with him. He's like, "Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks. You're all right." And we didn't even look at each other because I'm just pushing, pushing, pushing. We get to the side. I'm like, oh, whew, wow. Usually I don't do that kind of work. I only do that type of work in the gym. And he looks at me, and who is it? It's Popeye. And he looks at me, and he's kind of like, oh, thanks. Gets in his car, drives away. Still acts the same way towards me in the gym. Would have helped him anyhow, either way. So look, you know, try to have a nice, easy, peaceful day. As far as all this pain and stuff, you can work on it. You can make some changes. You can improve yourself. You've got to be mindful of it. Take some supplements. Try different things. Realize that it's there, and try to be better, and maybe in a different way. And listen, if you like this, please share this video. I like to help as many people as I can, because like I've said, there's a lot of people who need information that can be helpful to them. And if you aren't doing something to make somebody's life a little bit better, well, what good is anything? That's what I always say. So thanks for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. This week we had Joey Foco yesterday, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. on MTFU Longevity live stream. We have Rehan Jalali, one of the top trainers probably in the world. He does build superhero bodies. He's done Ben Affleck, Sly Stallone, a lot of the Hollywood people and all these big time movies. He's the guy that whips him into shape. Yeah, he's a top consultant to the supplement industry. He does a lot of stuff. Probably one of the hardest working guys in fitness, something like that. And then we have Tony Pearson, one of the icons of bodybuilding. We discuss his new book, Driven, which is a bestseller. It talks about his very, very, very painful upbringing. You'll notice with a lot of the fitness people I talk with, we don't really talk about bodybuilding that much, bodybuilding per se, because that's kind of just what got them into the public eye. And I like to find out what makes them tick and what makes them people. And I think people enjoy that as well. So we've got him 7 p.m. Thursday night. And finally, we've got Dan Solomon, one of the movers and shakers in the bodybuilding and fitness industry. And he has taken over the running of the Mr. Olympia. He's also the producer of the hit movie Bigger about Joe Weider and his brother Ben. So that's going to be really cool and interesting. So we got all that coming and much, much more in the coming weeks. So as always, let me know what you'd like to hear or see. Please share this. All of these videos go to my YouTube channel, MTFU Longevity Over 50. That's MTFU Longevity Over 50. So it is a veritable library of what we've done over the years. There's hundreds of videos. I think close to 400 now. So go there. It could be a resource. And please share and let other people know. I do thank you. And as always, all will be well. You have a great day. Dr. Mike Dixon. Goodbye.